So, who loves you, baby? Is it your mama? Your daddy? Who loves you, baby? Your sister? Won't be your brother if you don't have one. Who loves you, baby? It's interesting that we as beings carry with us such a bundle of identification. And with that identification, we have all of these mixed considerations about love and about wanting love, needing love, loving love, being afraid of love. It's a wonder that any of us find the love we're looking for. And that's because of where we're gazing, or where we're looking for love. How many songs have been written on love? I can't name them. Probably by the hundreds of thousands. Who knows, maybe even into the millions. And they speak of love in this way and that way, and what they're going to do to get love, and what they're going to do if you don't give your love, and what's going to happen if you don't keep up giving your love, and so on and so forth. Who loves you, baby? Really? It's an amazing thing if you watch the cultural tone that wants to get us to believe love a certain way. And even with select groups, let's just take, for instance, those who are spiritually inclined. And those who consider themselves to be light bringers, light workers. As soon as that begins to dawn in them, there's that energy that would seem to compel them to move it out and to save the world. Because it's understood. That's how you express your love. You express your love in helping others to help themselves. And how many of us have become lost in attempting to live our light by saving others? Many go to that place called the grave, and they never find out who loves you, baby. And that's because they missed the one that they need to be sending their love to, that they need to embracing in their love, and that's themselves. You see, an interesting consideration along these lines is we get this idea that living love has to do with loving others and passing over ourselves. Well, what kind of love is that? You see, one of the reasons why we grow in our ability to genuinely love others is because we include ourselves in the loving. That means you have to come to a place of looking at yourself and making some changes in your relationship with yourself. You see, who loves you, baby, is the one who finally comes to a place of embracing you, baby. How many times have I looked in the mirror and said, ooh, can't look too long? And that's because I wasn't loving myself. And that's what mirrored back to me, was all the things that I was putting in place of love, all the energies that I was generating instead of loving myself. So one of the first things that comes into the picture is you get to know yourself. What happens when you meet somebody that you really, really like, and you want to get more involved with them? You start paying attention to them. Their likes, their dislikes, what makes them happy, what stirs them, excites them, what kind of creative things do they enjoy doing. So you want to find out more about them. Well, see, you probably have the attitude that I already know about me. And I know what I don't like, and I know what I do like. Well, What if you changed your approach to yourself and you started looking at yourself as if you never really knew who you were, but you only thought you knew who you were? You only believed the person there. And you started opening yourself up to find out about the real you behind the believed projected you. So you start making friends with yourself. You start getting friendly with your mind. I know. You might have to have a couple of drinks just to get started with that. But do whatever you need to do just so that you can start becoming more friendly with yourself, becoming friendly with your mind, becoming friendly with your feelings, becoming friendly with your body, becoming friendly with your spirit. Now, I named 2 out of 4 that would probably take you away from loving yourself, and that is 1, your mind, and the other, your body. Because, sad to say, here's the truth. Can everybody handle this? Okay, take a deep breath and relax. You are imperfect. You are permanently and inevitably flawed. Yes, and you're beautiful. A little louder. And you are permanently and inevitably flawed. And you're beautiful. Now, this thing about you're imperfect, you can say you're perfectly imperfect, if that will make you feel better. Or you can turn it around and say you're imperfectly perfect. But this is just to help you to come to a place of saying, all right, I am the way that I am. Is my mind always going to be perfect? No chance in hell is it going to be perfect. It's going to give up on you in the times when you say, where were you? What's going on here? And then your body, oh, goodness me. Our bodies may not always be exactly the way we want them to be. And if you don't believe that, just hang in there. Just hang in there. I know. If you look in the mirror and every time you say, let's see where you are 50 years down the road. But you see, this is part of becoming friends with yourself. You see, because then you get to a place of really making some connections with your inner self. And your inner self is where you're going to find all of these different things that were brewing, that were being present, coming forward, falling back, coming forward, falling back, thinking they're going away, only to come forward again. All of these things that you're finally now allowing yourself to get more at ease with, you see. One of the things about loving someone else, and it's true about loving yourself, you gotta like yourself. You gotta like the other person. I've met many people in my lifetime that at first I thought, oh God, I love you. Only to be around them for about 15 minutes and I said, my God, have I lost my mind? It's just a reflection of my own inner vision being projected upon someone else. But that revealed the state of awareness that I had up and running at the time. And you see, this is what we're talking about here, is learning to get easy with yourself. Learning to like yourself. Learning to be friends with yourself. Being your own safe place. I mean, many times that we're looking for somebody else is because we're looking for security. We want them to provide us with something that we do not feel we're capable of ourselves. And you see, the fact of the matter is, all the time we're looking out there for someone else, we really are needing to focus that searchlight within and find in ourselves the one that we've been looking for and be the one that we've been looking for all the time. You see, when we can provide for ourselves a safe place, it's like we start radiating an energy that provides us with a deepening awareness. All is well. We are safe. And that when we encounter good, there's an immediate response because of the goodness in us. And when we encounter challenge or trouble or difficulty with someone else, because of what we're radiating, it automatically has that effect of changing it or causing it to go away. So you need to realize that loving yourself really brings you up to a vibrational place where you're able to embrace yourself. And this is one of the things that I love so much about the I Love Me. You see, because in that, we are encouraged, and through the encouragement, we put into practice the actual loving of ourselves. I love me. I love me. I like me. I'm a friend to me. I am there when I need to be there. I am for me. I'm able to, as me, connect and be at ease with others. I am able to see things that happen that would otherwise upset me and distract me, be something that I'm ready, willing, and able to allow. Instead of me being subject to everything else, I allow myself to be embracing me and realizing that's why I really came here, you see. I came here to do what I'm learning to do and what I am awakening in my doing. And that is loving me. Because when I can love me and I live my love, then I can embrace all of you and have that embrace be one of genuineness. So that you feel it, you are aware of it, and it stimulates you to learn to be true to yourself, to learn to be willing to get beyond your own barriers that you've created out of your fear and start making friends with your mind, your body, your feelings. To start getting to know you from a genuine place and not just a conditional place. To where what happens is you actually begin to experience unconditional love on a first-person, present tense, inner way. So when I started out with good old Telly Savalas's, "Who loves you, baby?" I meant it exactly. So that with the ease of that, you would be able to open up and realize this is the pathway into yourself, to where you come to the place of living while you're here. And that's for you to love you like nobody's business. Learning to feel at ease with yourself and letting your light shine as radiantly as you are. Thank you. For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.